Hi friends, it's Chrissy. I guess I'm going to record this several times because I'm all in my feelings. But today, the Narrative Alchemy Tarot, my deck, goes officially live on MakePlayingCards. I love this deck. This is my heart on 78 pieces of cardstock. For those of you that have seen Meg at Rose Honey Ritual talk about the original version, or those of you that have the original version, I just wanted to do a side-by-side. One, first of all, for me, for quality control, I put them both in order, but other than that, I try not to pay a lot of attention. So you'll see my response to the cards in the new printing as well. I just wanted a clear idea of what the differences were on the current deck versus what you may have seen from the first printing, either on my channel or from Meg sharing. So Cat, meow, Cat is current, and this is currently up on MakePlayingCards. So the first thing I want to point out is they are both on linen cardstock. The original printing was from Shuffled Ink. The second printing, as I said, is from MakePlayingCards. It is just a little bit thicker, maybe 5 or 6 cards difference, which there are 2 extra cards in this deck, so there's really not that much of a difference overall. Looking at the backs, I felt like because this is a heavier linen, I guess, I feel like the colors pop a little more from the original deck. But I mean, unless you look at them side by side really close, it's not super obvious. So again, the original is on the left and the new printing is on the right. So Cat is current. I included a title card in this deck in the new version because what was keeping me from doing the reprint was a container of some sort. And in my, I no longer wanted the perfect to be the enemy of the good. So I said, just shrink wrap this puppy. We'll throw a title card on and it's fine. So this tells you what the deck is and where to get the e-guidebook. So this is where, first of all, I feel like even though they're the same size, let's do it this way so you can see. The new deck has much more rounded corners. Let's pick one where it would be easier to see. So the corners are much more rounded on the MakePlayingCards deck as compared to the original printing, the Shuffled Ink. And let me, these are going to be fun to keep apart because I can tell right now there's going to be a lot of play. So just see how some of the colorings are different. Working through the majors. So this was the one that I really honestly wasn't sure about when I opened the package. This was the first one that caught my eye. The High Priestess in the original deck is a super deep, almost brown maroon, where this is more obvious that it's red. And I don't know how I feel about that because it's my card of the year, but just wanted to point that out. So as I'm flipping through, I'll talk a little bit about the deck. So this is a tarot deck. It can be used as a tarot deck. It can be used as an oracle. The yellow is not as rich, not as deep in the new deck. But I like this teal better. So there's a lot of tomato here. Anyway, this can be used as a lot of different kinds of deck. We have the tarot correspondence here. We have a keyword here, so you could ignore the tarot, use it as oracle. Each card also has, the color is based on a chakra assignment. And it's funny, like some of these, I did this deck in the spring of last year of 2022, and there are already some that I'm like, I would change that. I would choose it differently. I really like, in this card in particular, I really like the new the white doesn't jump off as much in this Equilibrium card. I think I like it better in the new deck. And the blue was much richer here as well. So when I first decided to do this deck, honestly, I was not expecting it to resonate a lot. I bought 50 decks out of my pocket, and I'm like, these will last plenty. These will last until okay, focus, Chrissy. I thought that these would last. They would meet request, right? That I had plenty of stock, and instead, the decks were all 50 decks. Now I kept one for me and one for my husband and one in the safety deposit box. But all of the decks that I sold, which ended up being 51, were gone, were sold within a week, and they were all shipped out of my house within 10 days, which was not what I expected and was kind of overwhelming and was a lot of work to ship all of those out of the house, which is part of why I decided to go with a print on demand, because part of my reluctance, I really like how pumpkin-y it is here. Part of my reluctance was the effort that it took from me to ship, even though I was really honored to make the wraps, and I put each of these decks in my singing bowl and blessed them to the person I was and devoted them, devotion, to the person I was mailing them out to. And of course, that's not happening with this print, and that's okay. Again, not letting the perfect be the enemy of the good. Oh, I really like the red in the new one. I feel like I say that and they're almost exactly the same. It feels deeper here and warmer here. And that's, again, that's probably more gut reaction than actually like color depth and color theory. Everything's looking good so far. I'm really pleased. Really pleased. I like the paler pink here as well. I feel like this is one of the cards. Nourish is root chakra. This is red, which comes from the pink here. And I feel like the original printing came across as more melon, which made it kind of cross the boundary between root and sacral. And I feel like this is much more pink, which works, which is actually a comfort to me. I also want to add that I've shuffled this deck multiple times a day for 6 months. So this is heavy use on this deck and how it's held up. I really don't have any idea how the Make Playing Cards deck will hold up yet, because it just came in the mail today. I love this vulnerability card from the Three of Swords with a deep heart chakra. Ruthless is another of my favorite cards. At the Five of Swords. Six of Swords, my favorite card. I haven't seen my absolute favorite card in the deck yet, but it's coming. Or did I miss it? I don't think I missed it. Yeah, I think there's a clearer difference here between the oranges and the reds. I think the new deck, the new printing, the current Make Playing Cards printing does a really good job, a better job actually than Shuffled Ink did with the differences between the oranges and the reds. Oh, this is my favorite card in the deck. I love Messy, and I really like, you can tell more that this is teal in this card, much more that it is throat chakra as opposed to third eye. Oh, I love that card. And Vigilance is with the Nine of Wands is kind of like Origin with the High Priestess, where it was such a deep red in the original deck that it was almost brown, and there's more red present in the Make Playing cards. These teals are just beautiful as well. And then what's really exciting is in the Make Playing Cards version, I decided to leave one white card for you to place your own word in the deck. So for me, I'm probably going to bring my word of the year onto this card, and probably an infinity sign at the bottom, but I plan for this to be my card of the my word of the year, which will always be valid, but especially in 2023 in the new deck. So the old one and the new one. So there are two more cards in the new deck, the title card and the blank card, which gives you two cards to play with if you decide to edge the deck. Not this copy, but another copy of the original deck I edged in Crayolas. Actually, I can show you. It's right here. So I edged this copy with Crayola markers of the original, and it did not bleed at all. But I don't know with the Make Playing Cards cardstock how that would work. But you do have two cards to play with here, both the title card and the blank card, if you want to play around with what happens if you decide to edge. So we'll give each of them a shuffle. This is my broken in original. It's shuffled so much, it's almost too easy of a shuffle. And then shuffling, I haven't done this yet, shuffling the Make Playing Cards copy. Feels shockingly similar. Smells kind of similar too. Well, my old copy doesn't smell at all anymore. Yeah. I am, oh my gosh, this is such a good shuffle. One more and then I'll stop. I am more than happy to put this deck out. I shuffled both the extra cards in here too, didn't I? I'll dig back through and find it later. Or now, because it'll bother me. I'm very happy to put this out into the world. There is a ebook, an electronic guidebook included. This is the touchable the physical copy of the guidebook, which there is a link available on the e-guidebook page to purchase the physical guidebook. It says June 2022, but I didn't change anything. And this has a quick reference guide. My King of Cups and my Queen of Swords. Has a write-up for each page, for each card, also in my own handwriting. Has a variety of spreads, how to use it as a Reiki deck, a chakra deck, a tarot deck, an oracle deck, ways to bond with the deck. There is a, I don't want to make this up, but right, there's a, oh yeah, there's an intro spread, a deck bonding spread. And then notes about me and my teachers and what the deck is and means to me. So this is an additional purchase. It is on Lulu. The link is on the same page as the e-guidebook. I also included several other things that you can print and tip in on the page that aren't included in the guidebook. Things like keywords by card and keywords by chakra. and several other things. But moral of the story, the link to the Narrative Alchemy Tarot is below. I'm curious. I'm going to do a little, take these two out. I'm going to do a little 3-card, my little intro spread for me for the newest. Actually, I'm going to do this for the collective. What the hell? What the deck thinks of itself. What the deck thinks of those who will use it. And the work that this deck was made to collectively do. From the deck's perspective, not from mine, because I have opinions, but we'll see what the deck has to say. About itself, about us, and about the work together. And I love this. So we have, first of all, we have 2 heart cards and a solar plexus, which is beautiful. So looking at how we relate to love, loving ourselves and others, and then how we bring our truest self into our work, which is really funny. In book club today, we were talking about what is work. And this just so now I think I'm always going to think about the solar plexus for a while anyway, is like, how do we define work? But anyway, the deck thinks of itself as a tool to help us flourish. The deck appreciates our ruthless pursuit of self-knowledge, of self-understanding, and our ability here with the 5 of Swords, our ability to make that a priority and to get uncomfortable when we do that. I have a lot of things to say about the 5 of Swords, but I think there's a part of that that is like, is our ruthlessness, yeah, is that necessary? And I think this is a representation of like, we do what we have to do. We do what we need to do, even when it's uncomfortable and feels like we're getting in stuck places to do the learning about ourselves. And the work that we do together is that pursuit of the true self, that pursuit of self-understanding, and then how we interact with the world differently from that place of understanding. So, friends, this is the Narrative Alchemy Tarot. It is on MakePlayingCards today. Yeah, so I'm going to upload this video and panic just a little bit. And I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Understanding your sovereignty. I could draw all day. I'm going to go. Thank you. You're welcome. Narrative Alchemy Tarot. I'll see you later.